Hey there. Today we continue talking about intervals, and today specifically we start talking imperfect intervals. This doesn't mean there's anything wrong with them. This just means that they are not perfect intervals. Okay? So, within an octave, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Which intervals were the perfect intervals? Right. 1, 4, 5, and 8. Well, the rest are imperfect. So 2s, 3s, 6ths, and 7ths are all imperfect intervals. Why is this important? These are the ones that can be major or minor. You will never, ever, ever have a major fourth or a minor fifth. It's just not done. Likewise, you will never have a perfect second or a perfect sixth. They are two completely different things. So today we are talking about imperfect intervals. Seconds, thirds, sixths, and sevenths. So let's talk about seconds. This is simply from one letter to the next letter. So a second above C is D, and a second above E is F. So G. A second above G is A. Now, remember, an imperfect interval can be major or minor, or augmented or diminished. Usually major or minor. From G to A is a major second. Why? Well, how many half steps from G to A? 2 half steps. Wait, I remember this from like a long time ago. Yes, 2 half steps is a whole step. A major second is another name for a whole step. That's really it. Okay? So from F to G, F sharp G, is 2 half steps. This is a major second. What happens when you make a major interval one bigger? It becomes augmented. This becomes an augmented second. It's still a second because we have F to G. But we have, well, how many half steps? Right, 3 half steps. Or we have a major second plus 1 half step. We can also make a minor second. It's still a second. F to G is a second, no matter what else happens. But it is just 1 half step, F to G flat, so that is a minor second. Really? Pretty straightforward, right? Major second, 2 half steps. Minor second, 1 half step. Or back to half step, whole step. If you make a major interval bigger by 1, it becomes augmented. Oh, if you make a minor interval smaller, okay, you're going to love this. When you make a minor interval smaller, it becomes diminished. Well, there are 2 ways we could make this smaller. One is we could double flat the G. A double flat simply looks like 2 flats. But we could also do that. F sharp to G flat. On the piano, here's an F sharp. Here's a G flat. Yes, on the piano, this is just a unison. This is the same note. However, it is spelled as a second. it's a particularly, nasty looking second, but it's still a second. Took a minor second, we made it one smaller. This is a diminished second. You probably won't see that too much. Okay? So, major seconds and minor seconds, 1 or 2 half steps. Now, thirds. Again, letter-wise, it's 2 letters away. So from G up a third will be what? G-A-B. G is 1, A is 2, B is 3. So it's going to be G to B is be a third. There's G, there's B. That's a third. This particular third is a major third. Why? Because it has 4 half steps. Can you see where we're going next? Yes. If we do that, we have a minor third, which is 3 half steps. Okay? That's it for thirds. So what is a minor third above C? Step 1, write the letter. So C, D, E. It's going to be an E. Step 2, minor third, 3 half steps. What do we have here? C, C sharp, D, D sharp, E. We have 4 half steps. So we need to take one away, and this becomes a minor third. What about a major third above A? Step 1, write the letter. Third, A, B, C. Step 2, how many half steps do we have? Well, B flat's 1 half step, B natural's 2. C, we have 3 half steps. For it to be major, we need it to be 4 half steps. So we raise the top one, make it a bigger interval. Make sense? Oh, here's a good one. Let's start with a D flat. And we want a minor third. Well, it's a third, so what letter is it going to be? D, E, F. It will be an F. As written, D flat to F, what is that interval? Or how many half steps is it? That's 4 half steps. We need 3, so we flat the F. There is our minor third on D flat. Now, of course, we could write that, do our D flat. We could write that F flat as an E natural, but then it wouldn't be a minor third. What would it be? Well, D to E is a second. And, well, how many half steps do we have? We have D flat. So D natural is 1, D sharp would be 2, E would be 3 half steps. Well, a major second is 2, so that is an augmented second. This is what this major third sounds like. Here's an augmented second. Yes, they sound exactly the same. That's what enharmonic is. They are spelled differently, but they sound the same. So far, so good? What's next? We had 2s, 3s, right, 6s. You know your letters, so if we want a 6th above F, what letter is it? F, G, A, B, C, D. It will be a D. And this particular 6th happens to be a major 6th. So, how many half steps do we have? Well, F sharp, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 half steps. Major is 9. So you already know where this is going, right? A minor third, or minor, minor sixth, will have 8 half steps. So it's the same process. Let's do a major sixth from F sharp. Well, our letter, F, G, A, B, C, D, is going to be D. How many half steps do we have currently from F sharp to D? We have F sharp, G, G sharp, A sharp, B, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We have 8. That's a minor sixth as written. Oh, but we want a major sixth. So now we have a major sixth. Okay. What about, let's just skip to the good stuff. I don't know if you can hear that in the background. That's a tornado siren. Nothing to be afraid of. Every Friday at 11, and it's just when I happen to be doing this. And okay, augmented sixth. Well, here's our sixth from D up to B. What kind of sixth do we have right there? Right, that's a major sixth. That has 9 half steps. That's a major sixth. So to make it augmented, we need to make it one bigger. So we sharp that. That's our augmented sixth. Okay? Again, it's the same process, just know the different numbers of half steps, and you will be all set. 2s, 3s, 6s, and finally 7s. Here's a C. And what's a 7th above C? Again, just do letters. C, D, E, F, G, A, B. That's a 7th. And that particular 7th is a major 7th. Okay? C to B is a major 7th. 12. So how many half steps is that? C, 1, 2, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 half steps. Because if we had 12 half steps, where would we be? Yeah, we'd be at C again. So this is one less than an octave, is a major 7th. So how about a major 7th above A? We know it would be a G because, A, B, C, D, E, F, G. And for it to be a major 7th, well, let's just say, what's a half step below A? It's G sharp. Or we could count 11 half steps. Or we could just say one less than an octave. What about B flat? What's a major 7th above B flat? Well, the letter B, C, D, E, F, G, A is going to be an A. For a major 7th, we want that to be a half step below an octave, or 11 half steps. Octave is B flat. Oh, that is a major 7th. Okay. So if we do this, and we take away a half step, that becomes a minor 7th, which is 10 half steps. Okay? So let's do a minor 7th above F. What's your letter? F, G, A, B, C, D, E. And a minor 7th is 10 half steps. Or, if you want, it's 2 down from an octave. F is an octave. E natural is our major 7th, so E flat would be our minor 7th. Again, I've said this a bunch of times. know a bunch of different ways to do this. You should know that it's 10 half steps. However, if your brain just sort of turns off one time, you should also be able to figure out that, oh, it's one less than a major seventh, which is, one less than an octave. Or you figure out that a minor seventh is two less than an octave. Okay? There's more than one way to do it. Okay? Let's do a minor seventh above A sharp, just to be mean. Well, our letter, yes, is going to be G. Now, how many half steps from A sharp to G? Well, A sharp, B, C, C sharp, D sharp, E, F, F sharp, G. Oh, that was 9 half steps, but we need 10. Oh. There. Minor seventh. Okay, 10 half steps. Now, here's a bonus one. What if we want to make this a major 7 above A sharp? Because a minor seventh is a G sharp like this. Major seventh, we have to raise this half step. Could we just make it an A? Well, that is a half step above G sharp, but what's wrong with that? Well, it's no longer a seventh. From A sharp to A natural would be a unison of some sort, so we're not going to do that. So what we need to do is we need to sharp this G sharp, and it becomes G double sharp. Remember, double flat was 2 flats? 2 sharps would look like that. They don't do that. They just make it an X. So A sharp to G double sharp is a major seventh. Okay? There's a lot of stuff for one sitting, but really get to know this, because all of music is built on intervals. It's so important, we're going to even talk more about it next week. So, have a great day.